Rohan was returning home late one evening after visiting a friend in a nearby village. The narrow road stretched ahead of him, lit only by the pale glow of the moon. Crickets chirped in the fields, and a cold wind rustled through the trees. As he walked, he suddenly heard a voice behind him. "Rohan." The voice was soft and distant, almost like a whisper. He stopped and turned around. There was nobody there. The road behind him was empty. "Who's there?" he called out. No answer. Thinking it was his imagination, Rohan continued walking. A few minutes later, the voice came again. "Rohan." This time it sounded closer. He spun around quickly. Again, there was no one. His heart began to race. Then the voice spoke for a third time. "Come with me." The words seemed to flow directly into his mind. Rohan's eyes became blank. His fear disappeared, replaced by a strange calmness. It was as if he had fallen into a trance. Without realizing it, he turned away from the road leading to his home. Instead, he began walking in the opposite direction. The mysterious voice continued calling him deeper into the night. Step by step, Rohan followed. Soon he reached the edge of an old jungle that villagers feared. Many strange stories surrounded the forest. People claimed that mysterious lights appeared there at night and that anyone who followed them never returned. But Rohan walked in without hesitation. The deeper he went, the darker the jungle became. Suddenly, he noticed a faint glow between the trees. A pale white light shimmered in the distance. The voice whispered again. "Come closer." Like a puppet controlled by invisible strings, Rohan moved toward the light. As he approached, the glow grew brighter. It wasn't a lantern. It wasn't a fire. It was a strange beam of light descending from the sky itself. The trees around it stood completely still. Even the insects had gone silent. Rohan stepped into the beam. The light wrapped around him. For a moment, his body seemed to float above the ground. His eyes stared blankly ahead. Then, slowly, he began to fade. First, his feet disappeared, then his legs. Then his entire body dissolved into the glowing beam. Within seconds, he was gone. The light vanished. The jungle fell silent once more. The next morning, Rohan's family realized he had never come home. The entire village joined the search. They searched roads, fields, ponds, and nearby villages. Hours turned into days. Then, deep inside the jungle, searchers found something, a pair of slippers, Rohan's slippers. They lay near a clearing where the grass had been mysteriously flattened. But there were no footprints, no signs of struggle, no clues, no body, nothing. The police searched the area for weeks. Experts came from nearby cities. Nobody could explain what had happened. Years later, villagers still spoke of the incident. Some claimed that on certain moonlit nights, a faint voice could be heard from the jungle, calling people's names, whispering softly from the darkness. And those who heard it were warned never to answer, because according to the legend, the voice was still searching for its next victim.